I got a freestyle I just dropped on YouTube.
Let's get this party going.
You got another day to be great. You woke up, so that means that you have another day to be great.
What's up, y'all? So listen, this is another episode of the Homeroom and Smooth podcast. This is episode number 350. Kehlani Trippin. All right, so y'all already know we're gonna get into this lawsuit and these insane allegations. All right, yeah, because allegedly, she's saying her daughter is her wife, like from a past life. What? Saying your daughter is your wife from a past life is quite frankly insane. Okay. What on the ancestral plane is that? I've never heard of that before. I'd be concerned leaving that daughter with her. Kehlani has always done a lot of weird stuff, and we're gonna get into that. Also, I'd be remiss because new information has came out about the PNB Rock's death, and I want to apologize to Stephany. What's her name? Stephany Sabahan. I don't know how you say your last name, but Stephany, I want to apologize. I myself, and let me put her on the screen so everybody understands. Everybody understands who I'm apologizing to. All right. So look, this woman here. Okay, she's with PNB. Listen, I fucked up. Okay. In my initial discussion around your post in the restaurant saying that, oh, your location gave away his location and thus people came to rob him, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. That's it. That's it. I can't sugarcoat it any type of way. And I did dogpile onto the whole narrative that you were responsible for your boyfriend's death, which is like in retrospect, that is so fucked up. That is so fucked. I am going to do my best in the future to avoid saying anything inflammatory like that without having like strong evidence or proof. Because that type of behavior, I'm better than that. You know that's really what I can say to that. I'm better than that. Oh my god, all these colors suck. I'm better than that. I'm better than that. And I can be better than that. And I want to extend my sincerest apology. And not only I owe you apology, but everyone that said that about you, they owe you an apology too. Okay, just straight up, they owe you an apology. There's no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I'm wishing you much love and blessings during this time. I see y'all have a I believe y'all have y'all had a child together. If I'm looking at your page correctly, it seems like y'all had a child together. Um, so that's just really inflammatory. That I made that statement because now it's Smooth made said the mother the mother of PNB's child was a participant in him dying, or like it, or even it alluding to the fact that you may have set him up, or I'm implying that you set him up. Like any implication of any of that, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I fucked up. I don't know if it's gonna reach you at all, but I do want to apologize because I was wrong. I was wrong. And I think more people on the internet, we need to make this a practice of coming back online and just straight up off rip, like just owning shit. Yeah, because I was wrong. I was straight up wrong. But anyway, I am going to now play this coverage. So then y'all also know for a firm fact that she was not, I repeat, was not responsible. Okay. Was not responsible. I want to say that again. I want to reemphasize that again. She was not responsible for PNB Rock's death. She's completely cleared. Completely cleared. We're going to watch this video. It's going to completely clear her. And then we're going to go straight into Kehlani.
Standing in the doorway of Roscoe's, a traumatized Stephany carries her phone, but as she runs to join P&B Rock in the ambulance, LAPD officers escort her to their car. Stephany is soon at headquarters answering questions.
I just want to know if he's alive, and I don't care. Can we call the hospital, see if he's okay?
As cops work the scene, word quickly spreads. P&B Rock was dead, and the questions begin.
A murder occurred following a posting on Instagram or social media. The posting of that may have led to these individuals.
You know what's crazy? You know what's so fucking crazy? They kept her from getting in the vehicle. They knew he was gone. That's why they kept her from getting in the vehicle. They knew he was gone. That's, oh my God.
Learning where he was at.
Social media users immediately start blaming Stephany's geotagged Instagram post showing her meal.
On Instagram,
Oh my God.
Stephany blames herself as seen in this police interview video hours after the murder.
What's it on me?
I didn't see that part.
In there. Posting the chicken in the waffles.
This is unfortunately happening way too often.
Just 2 years earlier, New York rapper Pop Smoke was robbed and killed in the Hollywood Hills after thieves learned his location from a social media post. Nicki Minaj posting on X, after Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts.
Stephany, I wouldn't sit here and blame yourself. You guys did.
Listen. And I'm gonna say this too, and Barb's, y'all can hate me as much as y'all want to. Nicki also owes this woman an apology too. We all do. Everybody, every single last internet person that was on the side of, damn, she's kind of responsible for that, is you owe her an apology. You owe her an apology.
Ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts.
Stephany, I wouldn't sit here and blame yourself. You guys did walk too. That's a lot of jewelry on.
Yeah, I told him to take it off.
As Stephany replays the tragic moments for cops, she is pleading to understand what happened to P&B.
My text messages, everybody's saying sorry for your loss. What is the media saying? Is he okay?
Nearly a minute passes.
I'm sorry.
He passed away.
He did.
Are you serious?
Yes. Okay.
She appears to be in shock.
You have people out here that's going to be by your side.
But as cops continue their questions, they soon learn from Stephany herself someone in the restaurant that day seemed suspicious after spotting P&B's bling.
How did they know you guys were in there? Besides the posting of anything.
I feel like he got set up.
Before long, the deputy DA confirms their investigation shows P&B was set up, and Stephany's post had nothing to do with it.
In that photograph was only the food. There wasn't an arm or jewelry or any type of wearable items, nothing valuable on the post. That could not have given enough time to orchestrate a plan.
Instead, it all started with a man named Tremont Jones.
Does anybody know who they are when they walk in?
Immediately, Tremont Jones The gentleman who was sitting right inside the door that fist bumped PNB Rock knew who he was. Tremont Drone loiters at the Roscoe's. That's just his hangout spot.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So listen. That's it. I mean, if you want to watch more coverage of that, Google is available. But with that being said, again, Stephany, I'm not going to try and say your last name again because I'm going to slaughter it. I am sorry. RIP PNB Rock. I hope, I hope and pray like everything's going on well with your kids and your family and all of that. Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong as fuck. There's no way around it. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I have never been more blatantly wrong in my coverage ever. Yeah, and the implications of me being wrong have never been more severe. Even though I'm not like, oh my God, I'm at like this great level on my platform and all this other stuff. I was wrong. Now, Kehlani, because for some reason, I am not able, okay, and I don't know why. For some reason, I am not able. I have tried. I have really tried to pull up these court documents that this girl has. I ain't got them. Somebody had a link to the website that had the stuff or whatever. The link didn't work. I was trying to find a PDF. I couldn't find it. I don't know. Excuse me. What's at play here? I feel like her label, her team, have tried to get this under control, but in trying to get it under control and making the information harder to find, you then created more interest and intrigue into how this young lady got all that information. But hey, here we go.
Javon has responded to Kehlani's request for a domestic violence restraining order, and he brought receipts. Javon not only denies all abuse claims made against him, but is making some more claims of his own. He said,
also, I'm going to link her TikTok. I'm going to link her TikTok in the description of this video.
Kehlani kept Adea out of kindergarten to go on her latest tour and alleges that Kehlani believes Adea is a wife of hers from a previous life and has texts to.
First of all, keeping your child away from kindergarten for 2 months so they can go on tour with you is weird. Like, let that kid go to fucking school. And then secondly, what is this wife stuff?
He also makes claims that Kehlani was spying on him and trying to isolate him from his friends, and that Kehlani is trying to isolate him from Adea because he no longer serves her. He also shows proof that Kehlani is the one who told him her former religious group was a cult. Now, this is just the latest update in the court case for custody of their daughter, Adea, that started back in July when Javon filed for custody. And it last ended in August with Kehlani filing and being granted a temporary restraining order. They have a court case for that currently scheduled for Tuesday, November 12th. If you're not familiar, I will put this video in the playlist and you can dive in. But for right now, we're going to be going through the 143-page response Javon submitted on October 29th. Before I get into the actual document, I just want to call out that Javon is asking for joint legal and physical custody of Adea and a 2-2-5 schedule. In his declaration, he starts off by denying all allegations of abuse made against him. Here he is explaining why he decided to finally file in court that Kehlani denied his plethora of requests to be added to Adea's birth certificate, and that Kehlani ignored his opinion that he thought Adea should attend kindergarten as opposed to going on tour for 2 months. He said, Kehlani told me that she left her then religion.
Hold on. Let me try and read this. Kehlani claims that I doxed her and alleges I intentionally caused her personal contact information to be made public. She alleges that I provided TMZ and Media Outlet with her personal information and that I spoke to people, and none of this is true. In truth, Kehlani denied my brother's request to be added to Adea's blessed birth certificate. See Exhibit A. Oh, this nigga got exhibits. After Kehlani ignored my opinion, I thought our daughter should attend kindergarten as opposed to go on tour for 2 months. And after Kehlani told me that she left her then religion, she thought it was a cult, Exhibit B, but still had adult male members of the religion sleeping in a day's bedroom. What? What? Why are grown men sleeping in a child's bedroom? What kind of sick? I met with an attorney in an attempt to obtain some parental rights. The attorney drafted and filed a petition and a request for custody. What I signed, because the attorney communicated that I signed all my notes from his office. I never authorized the filing of the RFO. What is that? TMZ obtained. What's up? What's up, people? Welcome to the chat. I never gave a statement to TMZ people or any other magazine. I realized counsel. I realized that then my then attorney filed papers. I quickly obtained, withdrew the filing, and made
She thought it
social
was a
media
cult,
aware
but still had
of the
adult
erroneous
members
filing
of the religion
and asked
sleeping in
TMZ to
Adaya's
retract
bedroom.
the
There are a lot of
statement.
exhibits provided. Here is a message from Kehlani saying, "Angry, I joined a cult," or text messages of her saying, "I'm leaving my spiritual house," calling it a cult. And I do just want to point out, in additional statements Javon made in August, he apologized for referencing this group as a cult. And seems like no evidence to actually support that claim, but he was saying, I was getting it from someone I trusted at the time, so that's why he used that language. These are text messages between Javon and Kehlani.
Oh, okay. Cause so to give y'all context, if y'all don't remember, fuck Kehlani. Hey, no, for real, fuck Kehlani, for real. But I do want to give y'all context, right? So the context here is that back in August, because I made a video about it. I make videos about everything. I don't fucking miss. She made a video. No, I made a video about him calling her religion a sex cult, right? And saying Kehlani was trapped in a sex cult or some shit. And I was like, yo, this shit's crazy, bro. This is crazy. But then again, here's the problem. Kehlani's own weird ass behavior does not help her case at all. If you remember, the previous situation that she got like uber known for was she was allegedly, but Kyrie has said she wasn't cheating. They were done then. That it was alleged that she was cheating on Kyrie Irving with her then ex Party Next Door. And then when it got exposed via Party Next Door's post, she tried to kill herself. That is exactly how that happened. That's the first thing that made everybody go, yo, she's crazy. Then it was like, oh, I'm now gay, but everybody kind of knew she was low-key kind of gay anyway. So it was just like, hey, like, what else do you want from us? But anyway, let's keep going.
Her that Adaya was saying that she felt silenced at home, and that the last time that people were, it sounds like, at Kehlani's house doing something that makes them hallucinate, that a couple of people slept in her bed. These are more text messages. Javon is saying, like, who are these people? They're basically strangers. Kehlani saying, no, I so get it. In this text message, Javon says, Como City say grooming. And then Kehlani shared text messages with him from her messaging somewhere else, asking, like, why are these people in Adaya's room? I think we need to change the arrangement we have. Back to him denying the doxing claims. Wow. He's saying that he never gave statements to TMZ or People Magazine or any other publication.
Wait,
and that,
wait, y'all gotta forgive me. I kind of want to attempt to read these text messages here. I want to attempt to. I can't zoom. I can't zoom in. No. Okay, let me try and make it bigger. No, that's not helping. That's not helping at all. Oh, I can kind of see it on my screen. Okay, so look, I'm gonna try and read this for y'all. So look, hey, why is Sephram in Adaya's bed? Messiah, there's just too many unknown boundary crossers, dude. Messiah, what? Adaya told Sierra she doesn't like her room anymore because there's other people in it. I guess Javon went into the room this morning and Sharon was there, so he left. I need my house to return to my house. I always said she could linger the back house if needed, but my daughter's room needs to be returned to her own. I'm kind of concerned about the way this relationship is continuing, and I'm not sure how I want to continue this specific dynamic as is into the new year. Yo, what kind of fucked up, man? My fucking eyes hurt. Um, oh fuck. But how does that? How do you have grown people in your child's bed? Like, I have never slept in a child's bed, like as a grown person, like, and I'm not even family. Like, that's beyond weird. Beyond weird. Now, maybe if like, oh, like for example, like I had like a nephew or whatever, he was gone away to his to his dad. So at the aunt's house, I was sleeping in his bed. But before like he came back, all his sheets and bedding was washed. So it was like a brand new bed for him. And that's my nephew. Well, like kind of like my nephew. He's my little cousin, but he's my nephew. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. I don't have any. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Y'all get what I'm putting down.
From her messaging somewhere else, asking like, why are these people in Adea's room? I think we need to change the arrangement we have. Back to him denying the doxing claims. He is saying that he never gave statements to TMZ or People Magazine or any other publication. And that, again, restating that his then attorney filed that initial request with his declaration too early, and he wasn't actually ready for all of that to be turned into the court. He says, I did not dox Kehlani. I would never, but I should not be punished for filing a petition for paternity against a celebrity, especially when that celebrity continually refuses to allow me to make decisions for our daughter. He points out Kehlani filed a request to conceal the case, and as of now, the case is not concealed. Now he's going to get into the abusive allegations Kehlani made that stemmed from an event in June of 2024. Now, I want to make it clear Kehlani never suggested there was any physical abuse, but called it emotional harm and disturbed her peace. Here, Javon says he is with Adea, their daughter, more than 50% of the time, and that Kehlani's assistants and nannies reach out to him with no notice and tell him that he needs to take Adea right then and there. He provides a lot of examples for this. Some are between him and Kehlani, and some are between him and people who appear to work for Kehlani in some capacity. But in everything he shows, he is willing to make it work regardless of the short notice. In this case, it seems like maybe Kehlani's assistant or one of the nannies is saying, oh, like Kehlani left.
I mean, what do you expect that man to do? It's his daughter. He's not going to leave his daughter assed out. If you tell somebody, yo, you need to come get your kid because blah, blah, blah. Well, fuck it. I mean, I was going to do, I got to go get my kid. His priorities are in the right place. I commend this brother. He ain't pushed back yet. I ain't seen a text or pushback yet. He's like, okay, thanks. I should be have an appointment soon. I should be home around 5. Like he's just available. He's just available.
For Europe, like, did she talk to you? Like, can you take a day? We'll also say that Kehlani tends to mention that she could have her mom watch her, but Javon is always saying, I'd rather have her with me. Talks about when he moved into Kehlani's house in 2024. He says, I moved into her back house. The goal was to have serenity during my unrelated SA trial. Discuss in further detail below. We will get into it. He said the shower in the back house doesn't work and has no pots and pans, so I showered and ate in the main house. It does point out that access to the main house is through the back door, which enters directly through Kehlani's bedroom. He provides this exhibit, so this may be the back door and the bedroom in reference. And it also includes a text message of people commonly saying the back door is unlocked. That's how you can get in. It also says that he applied for Cal work benefits so that he could get medical insurance, but he was denied because he was told that he could instead receive child support, and his denial letter was mailed to Kehlani's address because that's where he was living at the time. In May of 2024, Kehlani asked him to go on tour with her as his guitar player. Kehlani stated her plan, though, was to have Adea fly out to them for a few days at a time and then fly back to Los Angeles to live with one of Kehlani's friends for the duration of tour. He said, I did not like this idea for Adea, and I decided not to go on tour. He continues to repeat that he begged Kehlani to sign the paperwork to put his name on Adea's birth certificate, and she continually said she will. She offered to do it as a gift. Despite all of her offers, she never followed through. Said that throughout Adea's life, he has met with Kehlani's assistant at least 10 times to sign the papers to get him on her birth certificate, and Kehlani has never done her portion. I am tired of being manipulated and having Kehlani play with my life. He said that when he told Kehlani he did not want to go on tour with her, she freaked out, stated that he could have a different job on tour, and begged him to come so that she could pay to play with him. She stated that I needed a break from parenting. He said, I did not say say I needed a break from parenting. And then she sent him an electronic payment of $1,000 that he never accepted. And included reference for that of the messages with Kehlani sending $1,000 and even her saying,
hold on. Let's read. Let's read, shall we? Would you be interested in another job on the tour? Though it wasn't, if it wasn't that, I just want you to come with us and make some money for yourself too and have fun. What do you think? Go get some food, go get some herbs or something. I love you, and I want you to think about what's best for you. You are a superhero to us, and I want you to feel that way. Accept my cash, mother effer. Whatever you need, I'm here. I swear I am. Pinky promise. Oh yeah, she's a textbook. This is a textbook manipulator right here. I'm already seeing her vibe. I'm already knowing her vibe.
accept my cash. In late May of 2024, Javon's girlfriend was going to be coming and visiting him in LA, and Kehlani told him that she would have a sitter for a day for 2 weeks so he could take a vacation with his girlfriend. He then says that Kehlani texted him that she was feeling manic because she had made statements online about Israel and Zionism and was worried about retaliation, and includes proof of that as well. A few days into his vacation with his girlfriend, panicked because she had made statements online about Israel and Zionism and was worried about retaliation, and
this girl be jumping through exhibits, man. Is it I miss it bad. I'm losing my mind. If I get taken down by the Zionists or booted out of Hollywood officially, just know it. No, today did it. What's happening? What happened? Nada, I just went dumb on all my Instagram, on my peers on Instagram. I said fuck Israel, fuck Zionism, and fuck y'all, all y'all. Oh God. I don't even know if I can read that out loud. Like, is that against TOS to read that out loud? To read it? Like, I'm not personally saying what the fuck is going on outside. I'm not personally saying it though. Oh yikes! I can see where people tweaking about that. Yeah, I'm feeling manic. I definitely MWDW. I don't even know. A promise not to shave my head again. Yeah, I meant it needed to be said. Yeah, I mean it needed to be said. They're weak. They're pussy. They're selfish. I mean, I'm not. I don't disagree, but like, yikes.
It's proof of that as well. A few days into his vacation with his girlfriend, which luckily was local to LA, he received messages from Kehlani's assistant that she had gone to Vegas and that the assistant could no longer watch Adea. So on June 4th, him and his girlfriend returned back to the house and stayed there with Adea from June 4th to June 9th. More text evidence of that. Then says Kehlani returned home a day early.
Hold on.
His girlfriend, which luckily was local to LA, he received.
Okay, a few days into my Laguna Beach vacation, I received a message from Kehlani's assistant that Kehlani went to Vegas and the assistant could not watch Adea anymore. On June 4th, Malika and I returned to the back house and stayed there with Adea from June 4th to June 9th. Just the three of us. Exhibit M. This man got the receipts. That's crazy.
Messages from Kehlani's assistant that she had gone to Vegas and that the assistant could no longer watch Adea. So on June 4th, him and his girlfriend returned back to the house and stayed there with Adea from June 4th to June 9th. More text evidence of that. Then says,
oh, come on. Stop jumping so
fast. And that the assistant could no longer watch Adea. So on June 4th, him and his girlfriend returned back to the house and stayed there with Adea from June 4th to June 9th. More text.
It's like I got to keep my finger on the trigger. It's like a quick time event. Like trying to catch these messages or a quick time event. Anyway, hey, I will be at Kehlani's at 7:30 to watch Day Day. Hey, Javi, just wanted to give you a heads up. I have a graduation on Wednesday. I won't be available that day. Kehlani will be busy with work as well. For Saturday, I will not be available too. Letting you know a heads up since you'll have to watch a day of those 2 days that I'm gone. Hey, Javi, we're visiting a school at 9 a.m. And then after that, I'm off. Just wanted to make sure you'll be there around 10 a.m. because Kay will be heading to work stuff for the album. I'll be there tonight already. Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Evidence of that. Then says Kehlani returned home a day early and came home to see Javon's girlfriend and Adea playing in the front yard and said seemed very jealous. The following day, Javon and his girlfriend went.
Oh, okay. Kehlani said she returned June 10th. I had a guitar lesson to teach that I was preparing for. Adea begged to play out in the front yard. Malika I don't know how you say it, played with Adea in the yard. I watched them from my place in the back house. Kehlani came home early. Kehlani saw Malika and Adea playing in the front yard and seemed very jealous. Kehlani barged into the back house and pretended to look for something, but really she was just there to check up on me. Kehlani returned to the main house without saying anything. Adea woke up and went out for the day. Okay, this is June 10th. Woke up and went out for the day with the nanny. That afternoon, Milligan and I went into the main house to cook a meal. I walked through the back door into through Kalani's bedroom into the living room. Kehlani was da 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 and greeted me and ignored Malika. I I was startled because I didn't expect Kehlani to be that seething mad. Malika clearly uncomfortable made an exit to the back to the back house. I continued to the kitchen. I overheard Kehlani making to encourage about Malika and me. I should have noted many of the da 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 da. Malika attempted to and slam the door in Malika's face and exclaimed, "Can can I get some in privacy?" Oh wow, yeah, she's tweaking, but that whole situation's weird. Like, bro, I mean, granted, he's homeless now. I guess he doesn't have a job. I mean, bro, why are you in her back house? Get a fucking job. I'm sorry. I gotta hold niggas accountable. Get a fucking. I don't care if she's that big. I don't care. Get a fucking job.
To the main house to cook a meal, and so they had to enter the house through the back door, which goes through Kehlani's bedroom. Is that when they got inside, Kehlani greeted him, but
oh my god, I can read the rest of it. I overheard Kehlani making sly comments to her entourage about Malika and me. It should be noted many of those people had just used the same back door that Malika and I used. Malika attempted to re-enter through the back door. Kehlani slammed the door in Malika's face and exclaimed, "Can I get some fucking privacy in my own home? Can I get some fucking privacy?" I said that Kehlani did not have to worry about me, and I immediately left and didn't go back to the front house all day. Um, I bought pots and pans at Target so I could cook in the back house. Exhibit O reflects the rise in charges I incurred while traveling to Walmart and Target. Damn, damn. I went to the gym to shower. Uh, the mood was toxic. I avoided Kehlani in the main house. My girlfriend was calm and understanding, but uncomfortable.
His girlfriend, and that Kehlani was seething mad. His girlfriend was clearly uncomfortable and made an excuse to exit to the back house. He then overheard Kehlani making snide comments to her entourage about him and his girlfriend, but he did note that many of those people had just entered through the same door that they had. His girlfriend then tried to re-enter the house using that back door, and Kehlani slammed the door in her face and started yelling, "Can I get some effing privacy in my own home? Can I get some effing privacy?" He told Kehlani that they did not have to worry about him and that he immediately left and went back to the back house for the rest of the day. The next day, he even went to Target to buy pots and pans so he didn't have to use the main house for cooking anymore. And he went to the gym to shower because he said the mood was toxic, but his girlfriend was calm and understanding but uncomfortable. The day after the incident with the back door, Kehlani sent him messages claiming that she was finally diagnosed as bipolar, and he saw it as a way of her attempting to explain away or excuse prior behavior, but in the past that she had claimed she had dissociative disorder when different things like that had happened.
No. No. Nah, 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 nah. Kehlani, an A1 gaslighter. A1 gaslighter. A1. She's the OG. She's the triple OG of fucking gaslighting. This is insane. I got diagnosed finally. I have bipolar type 1. There's types? I'm feeling a lot of ways. I'm going to pick up my meds in 30 minutes. I wonder if Adele will have it since we both do. What? Love you. Have fun today. I'm not doing so well. Yo, and then what is this? 4 hours later, yo. And then at 5 p.m. Did you see my text was just relaying? I also don't want you guys to feel like you can't come in the house I just didn't want anyone in my room. That was a privacy thing, and in the middle of a crisis, I was super triggered. Sorry, I said it in a tone. What the fuck is wrong with man, dude? Kehlani need help, bro. I knew she was. I knew she was fucking bonkers, bro.
Are text messages of her telling him about her bipolar diagnosis and texts of her claiming to have dissociative disorder as well.
I have something to tell you. Hello. It's about me. It's not about nobody. What's up? I have dissociative disorder. It's been pretty weird to come to terms with, but I got that shit. So there's that. I'm really sorry for how that probably played into our relationship. Well, it's good that you didn't. Nah. This nigga, nah. At some point, no, nah. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Then goes on to explain that that night, him and his girlfriend walked to pick up takeout, and when they got home, Kehlani asked to speak to him privately, and he was expecting an apology, but then she locked the door, and that Kehlani was very angry. Coming back to that CalWorks request and denial, Kehlani opened his denial letter and said that he blindsided her with a request for child support. He called the behavior towards his girlfriend lame, and she said if she was so lame that he could get the F out of her house, so he left. He went straight to the back house and started packing his belongings so he would not have to return. But Kehlani followed him, blocked his movements, followed him into the back house, went into the bathroom. When he tried to escape her, he closed the door, she opened the door. Also says that in one moment in this argument, Kehlani got within inches of his face and pointed at him to shut the F up. And then she went into the main house and her friends came out and said, you were so wrong for telling Kehlani to shut the F up, which he didn't do, she did, but she changed it in her retelling of it to her friends. He then came back to the back house and he says started mocking him in a very exaggerated Black man voice. And he said that the way she was speaking to him was very anti-Black, and he asked Kehlani to leave him alone. And she said if he thought she was being anti-Black, then he can't live at her house.
What's wrong with them, bro? Kehlani being Kehlani, you notice like I didn't seem shocked. Kehlani being anti-Black does not shock me. Like that doesn't seem like something like, oh my God, like you know what I'm saying? The possibility of being anti-Black, that doesn't shock me. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. This is so weird. This is so weird, bro. This is so weird. She's too rich for this, bro. She's too rich.
At this point, Javon's girlfriend did have her phone recording in her pocket, and we have some of that transcript. But in the transcript, it says that Kehlani admits that she opened the door to follow him into the bathroom because it was her space. We do see that here of Kehlani saying, this is my space. Basically, that she could do whatever she wants because it's her house. That at no point was Kehlani like in fear of violence from him. He was not aggressive. He did not break the door. He wasn't violent. She was aggressive and attempted to incite him to be violent. As he finally left the house around 7 p.m. and at 7:22, Kehlani was begging him to call her, but she didn't. And this continued for the next 3 days. Even her friends were reaching out to him to contact Kehlani. So he finally responded to her in a text reiterating that he had asked her to leave him alone. We have already seen this text before. It was posted on Javon's story. One of Kehlani's claims was also that he kept her back house in like absolute filth. And he says the back house was messy because of Kehlani. She used it for storage. He slept on a pull-out sofa. He said I had limited floor space that I used for my music equipment. And he included pictures of him and Adea trying to show that like his surroundings he kept clean. Yes, there's a lot of stuff in there, but it's a small space and like doesn't seem like there's any serious mess. I'm running out of time, but I will be making a part 2 and it'll be up right after this.
Okay. So I'm gonna again I am going to link the young lady Kelly in the know. I'm gonna link her TikTok. I am going to link it, and I'm gonna link it in the description. Make sure you tap in with a matter of fact, let me get the link. So I can give it to the Twitch. So I can give it to Twitch. So I can give it to y'all. I'm gonna give y'all. The fuck is this? Middle of the body. Okay. Copy link. All right, this should work. Paste. Pictures from smooth iPhone. Okay, bet. Boom. Boom. So that's a TikTok for the people watching on Twitch. There y'all go. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. All right. So anyway, let's continue.
This is part 2 of going through the 143-page response Javon submitted in response to Kehlani's request for a domestic violence restraining order. Started going through the document in part 1. Everything will be linked in the playlist if you want to catch up. But this is the part where we're going to actually start getting into some more of Javon's allegations against Kehlani, including that she believes Adea, their daughter, was one of her wives in a previous life. So here Javon is hitting back directly at Kehlani's claims that he couldn't stop gardening. Feel free to just read that if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Says he is
Okay. So I do smoke marijuana. I have never used marijuana in the presence of our daughter. Kehlani has known about my use of marijuana and has never had an issue with it. She has even suggested I use more. Exhibit J. I do. Man, this dude got exhibits, boy. I do not use psychedelic drugs or any other non-prescription drugs aside from marijuana, and it's legal in California. So, hey, whoop-de-fucking-do. The accusation from Kehlani that I am self-medicating is asinine, especially considering Kehlani takes special trips to use psychedelics, specifically ashwagandha, and then tries to convince me to use them too, which I don't. Returning Adea and filth. Oh my God. Hold on.
Never done that in front of their daughter, and that Kehlani has always known about his gardening habits and has never had a problem with it. And she even suggested he use more at one point. Here he points to the same text thread from when Kehlani had sent him $1,000. And before sending the money, she said, go eat some food, go get some herbs or something. On says the accusation from Kehlani that he is self-medicating is asinine, especially considering Kehlani takes special trips to use psychedelics, specifically ayahuasca, and then tries to convince him to use them too, which he doesn't. Points to 2 text messages, one of Kehlani talking about one of her friends bringing mushrooms, and then another one after Kehlani had gone on a trip to do ayahuasca.
How's the medicine? I honestly couldn't make it to night 2. My body is done up. I got what I needed. I'm a rest for the day, for rest in the bay for the night, and push it home tomorrow. Overall, I was reminded a lot and gained clarity. Gain clarity on what? Why do you need these drugs to gain clarity? Like, just reflect like a regular person and go, yeah. That's how that was. We definitely need a little calendar for the van. I gotta plan some surf trips. So much came up about the importance of play. Okay, I think you'd like it's definitely intense. Anyway, okay, Kehlani.
She said, I think you'd like it. It's definitely intense. Her request for a temporary restraining order. Kehlani also made claims that Javon keeps their daughter basically filthy and doesn't truly take care of her. But she said, I provide impeccable care for Adea's hygiene, even so much that I hand make her hair butter and shampoo that he shares with Kehlani. There's a text from 2019 of Kehlani saying,
What do you put in her hair? It smells so good. Jesus Christ. She just lying now? That's crazy.
Put in her hair, it smells so good. Another from 2020 where he says, I'm going to give you a batch of the butter
no. I'm going to give you a batch of the butter I make for her. Please do. I put these natural growth oil drops in it
for her hair because it was getting so thick. So shared this text thread after Kehlani had picked Adea up from him, just in terms of like how she looked in her hair being done and things like that. And then there's the text down below that he was actively calling out in June of 2024 that he was doing her hair. And there's pictures of him doing her hair as well. In her submission, Kehlani also claims that Javon often goes through periods of homelessness and then disappears.
He put it bold and underlined. I am not homeless or gone for extended periods. I am a constant fixture in Adea's care. I'm available for Adea at a moment's notice, which precludes me from maintaining steady work
for extended periods of time. He says that is not true, that he is a constant fixture in Adea's care and is available for her at any moment's notice, which does make it hard for him to maintain steady work. He says the longest he has gone without seeing Adea has been these months that she has been on tour with Kehlani, and the longest period before that was approximately 3 weeks when Kehlani impulsively bought a house for her then girlfriend and the two moved to Walnut Creek. He says that during that period, he confronted Kehlani about the move, and she was concerned that he was going to, quote, expose her, and asked her Santerian spiritual godfather to curse him into submission, which the godfather declined. These appear to be text messages.
What? What? No, hold on.
Her and asked her Santorian spiritual godfather to curse him into submission. This
lady is insane. Curse him into Kehlani returned the day to me after 3 weeks when Kehlani had returned to work and needed a babysitter. It should be noted Kehlani accuses me of having religious rants and not being in touch with reality, yet Kehlani is the one who claims to see spirits and believes our daughter was one of her wives in a past life. Exhibit AF. The fact that they put enough exhibits in there for it to be Exhibit AF. Oh my God.
Father declined. These appear to be text messages between
hey, I gotta shut this. I'm so annoyed. I feel like he's about to talk about Oka. He keeps bringing up Ocha Degordi and saying your spirit people played me. I feel like he's gonna expose my moves and live involve Kiki in the drama. She can't work. What's the heaviest shit I can throw at him? What's a banger I can give the Cite Rails for him? Because at this point, I'm ready to fully shut this shit down.
Kehlani's spiritual godfather and Kehlani that were shared with Javon. In here, you can see that Kehlani has screenshotted some of Javon's tweets, and she says, I gotta shut this shit down. I'm so annoyed. She felt like he was going to expose her move, where she lived, and involve her then girlfriend Kiki in drama which she couldn't be involved in. And she said, what's the heaviest shit I can throw at him? What's a banger I can give Siete Reyes for him? Because at this point, I'm ready to fully shut this shit down. Talks about how Kehlani accused him of having religious rants and not being in touch with reality, when he says Kehlani is the one who claims to see spirits and believes their daughter's spirit was one of Kehlani's wives in a past life. Here is a text with Kehlani where Javon says, what area
of the world did this past life person say Adea is from? South America. She was my wife once. What kind of mother says that? It's right there, 4K. In 4K. In 4K. In the court document. Some people are like, oh, this is doctor. I don't think so. What we've read, and he's been very meticulous in his receipts, is her being very all over the place. Not mentally well. There's no way I can take anything that she's saying as far as him being a bad person and not look at her sideways and go, ma'am, you're sick. You think your daughter is your wife from a past life? What type of sick mess is this? See, this is the type of stuff that make people vote conservative and end up being MAGA. Because this is so outlandish. Like, you're talking about a mother out loud saying, I think my child is my old wife. And what does that imply? Like, you find your child attractive? Is that what that implies? Do you? I think that's disturbing. Having a loving relationship with your child that's outside of parental is weird. It's weird. It's super weird. Especially to insinuate romance. That's nasty. That's sick. I'm really just trying to compose myself and keep myself composed. That's really all I'm trying to do.
World did the past life person say Adea is from? Kehlani said, South America. She was my wife once. LOL. And there's other text messages shared about like different spiritual things.
Congrats on the show. I know that's something you've been wanting to do. Thank you. So why uh I found out who my spirit guides are in my spiritual court, and it's so random, but it makes sense. Who one is an old magician Judiac dude. One is a tiny smiley indigenous woman with a staff that never stops singing medicine songs, and a Hindu goddess who is the version of Lakina. They popped up in my spiritual mass, like, yes, we're yours. My dad was like, meet the gang. But that's not your dad. That's your spiritually.
Kehlani has done. Kehlani and Javon also seem to have a lot of disagreements about the then religious group and religion Kehlani was.
It's dark to me that she gets punished for a decision she isn't capable of making yet. I just think in terms of autonomy and personal choice, I'm not arguing about her Oka. It's happening. What punishment are you talking about? She can leave Oka if she chooses, whenever she wants. Since when is Oka a punishment? You said life gets hectic. That sounds punishing to me. No, it won't fall on her at all. It won't fall on us as parents. When she didn't do nothing is a saying. It's not on her at all. The only thing that can make me more hectic at this point is dying.
Of, and he felt like whatever involvement Adea was having in it was being seen as kind of punishment, and that it's not something she should be involved in currently in life. But Kehlani says, well, she can leave it whenever she wants. Their daughter is only a few years old. Goes on to further explain that he is not homeless. The only time his living situation was in jeopardy was when Kehlani kicked him out of her back house, which she had asked him to move into. She had also previously claimed that at one point one of his apartments was filled with mold. He said that's not true. It was safe and comfortable. He said Kehlani did not provide specific dates that he had disappeared for alleged months at a time, and nor could she because it didn't happen. He said he is with Adea regularly for multiple days at a time on each week. He even points out that he was with Adea for most and all of July and August 2023. Provides a screenshot of text messages coordinating with one of Kehlani's employees. He does talk about his current living situation as well, and says he has a lease on a new home in Los Angeles that he got the keys to on November 1st. He paid for a year of rent up front, and he also has a new car. It's very sweet. He says Adea has told him that she wants her new room to be pink, have a bunk bed, unicorns, and a gumball machine, and that he's excited to make their new home a special place for her. I want to give a trigger warning for SA. This is very heavy stuff that Javon was going through. Earlier in the paperwork, Javon had talked about how in 2024 he was going through an SA-related case, and that's because when he was in high school and he was a student athlete, he was SA'd multiple times by one of his closest coaches, and that other coaches and teachers knew about it and simply turned a blind eye. It says that he had kind of blocked these things out, but in or around early 2020, when COVID was happening, the memories came flooding back to him, and after discussing with close friends and family and learning that his abuser was still actively coaching, he filed a lawsuit. His trial preparations were really intense in 2023, and by May 2024, he was on daily calls with his attorney, but the case was ultimately settled in his favor in June of 2024, but that he was in therapy for over a year from 2023 to 2024. This is where we get into some of the transcripts that Kehlani had submitted of audio recordings she made when she was filing for a TRO. It says these conversations were private and something that he had shared with a close friend and confidant about his SA and associated trauma, and that the conversations took place over 4 years ago. He says, I'm a different, more healed person today. Regardless, Kehlani knew of these rants because she was secretly recording me. He clarifies Adea was not present, and in the immediate days thereafter, Kehlani still left Adea in his soul care. This is during those rants or conversations about his SA and trauma.
So hold on. How is he a threat to his daughter? Because he's going through he's dealing with his trauma and he's expressing himself. And then if he's the victim of SA, how is he then a threat to his daughter? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's all I'm gonna ask.
Point, sadly, partway through the conversation, he could tell that Kehlani was recording him. He points specifically to audio recording 2, page 1, lines 8 through 20 of Kehlani's transcripts, and says that his rants changed to be about lack of privacy.
This man is meticulous. Kehlani, why'd you file this? You should have just gave that man joint custody because he's already with the damn kid anyway. Probably trying to dodge that child support bullet, but nah. Women, y'all need to stop playing if y'all deadbeats. You know what I'm saying? And y'all being weird, doing weird shit. I need to start
See,
paying.
he said it was my way of telling Kehlani that I knew she was recording me. This is the transcript that he's talking about. Even in Kehlani's filing, it is dated to April of 2020, as Siobhan claims 4 years ago. And the highlighted portion is what he called out, where he is talking about how he's secretive, he has intimacy issues because he was traumatized in his childhood, that parents and teachers would go through his things, and he felt like he was constantly made to feel guilty or that he was punished for having ideas and perspectives and thoughts, and that nothing was his alone. I did also cover this in one of my other videos if you want to see the rest of the transcripts and the recordings and things like that. It says that after that conversation and that recording, Kehlani then texted him the next day, acting concerned, and that he said he was fine.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? Welcome to the chat, bro. Welcome to the chat. This is by far the weirdest and wildest thing I have ever seen. Like this case is absurd, and this boyfriend, Buddy, Kehlani's ex-boyfriend, like literally kept meticulous records. Like his memory and recall and like the whoever his lawyer is, like this is meticulous. Like, and he just keeps having exhibits. He just keeps having exhibits. Like it's hard to argue. He just keeps going exhibit, 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 exhibit. And then Kehlani's own behavior in real life, you put the two together and it's like, well, fuck. Buddy ain't missed. And he's so reasonable. He's so reasonable.
Until he noticed that he was being recorded. And that was very triggering for him. We get into those exhibits where Kehlani saying everything you expressed today was very worrisome. In one of Javon's messages, he says, what's funny is how you say extremely hurtful shit to me and do hurtful shit to me and then turn around and act like I'm crazy. And here's a specific text message where he's like, you were trying to gather evidence. You're trying.
No, I was fine. Saying I saw you standing outside the door, typing, trying to gather evidence and piece it together about a conversation that you don't know and about, and that's why I started fucking with you. As soon as I saw you pull out your tape recorder, then you tried to manipulate me in front of my face after insulting me for 3 minutes. I'm good. This shit's triggering. What's the deal? So look, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Kehlani said that her daughter is her wife in a past life. Kehlani be on psychedelics, going on trips. Like, and when I say going on trips, I'm talking about psychedelic trips. Kehlani don't want this man to sign the daughter's birth certificate. And the daughter's 5, and he always is watching her. Fucking insane. Kehlani. Oh boy, Kehlani, this lady like has real like issues, and when she acts crazy, she then claims to either have dissociative disorder, or then say she's bipolar, or she's going through some mental crisis, whatever. And I'm like, bitch, you too rich. You too rich. There, I said it. She's too rich for this. Too rich. Too rich. She talking like she poor. Like, no, you're rich. You're rich. You ain't got these type of problems. You're rich. Shut up.
Record me, and like it's just very triggering. Also says Kehlani would regularly surveil and record him, and that at one point Kehlani bought him a new phone because it sounds like maybe his phone was broken in some way and that she didn't want his finger to get hurt, and she insisted that he use the new phone. He put his old phone away in a drawer because it had memories and photos and other things on it that he wanted to keep, and at one point a few weeks later he noticed it was missing. Kehlani said, oh, my assistant probably just moved it, but the assistant had no idea where it was. And around the same time, Kehlani started gaslighting him, saying that his friends were telling her things he was confiding in them, and that he cut people out of his life for these betrayals. But the crazy thing is, Kehlani later admitted to stealing his phone to obtain and use his private information to isolate him from his friend. We get into text message proof where she's saying she hid his old phone in a
oh my God, we can finally talk about things with a laugh. Oh God. Ew. She said, I legit hid your old phone in the fireplace so I could stalk your Finsta when you kicked me off the fireplace, and sometimes inside my shoes in the closet. I eventually figured that out, and I was pretty internally heated. I used to bring up shit from your Finsta and pretend I pulled it out my ass. So I know you mad today. I clearly see your vibes. See the vibes. God, I used to cry. Seems stupid now, but felt all.
Place so she could stalk his Finsta after he kicked her off of
God
it, put it in
damn.
her shoes, and that she would intentionally bring up things he was posting on his private Finsta account just to pry. Kehlani also found one of Javon's journals in her back house after he had moved out and submitted some entries from that in her TRO filing. He says that journaling became one of his most valued tools in therapy and that he still journals to this day. He says in the journal entry that Kehlani submitted from May of 2024, it was at the height of his abuse trial and settlement discussions. And at that time, he was having to relive his abuse in great detail every single day. This was the journal entry where he talks about wanting to be more present for Adea, but he says that's because at this time he was not doing well, he was not sleeping, and he felt disconnected from everything in his life. He does also point out that during this time, Kehlani was leaving Adea with him so she could travel. He's trying to explain that in his journal entry, he was talking about his sadness and that he stopped being the caliber of a human.
So what bro is talking about is that he felt emotionally disconnected from his daughter and just the world in general because he was reliving his abuse, which is not absurd. Like that's normal. If you're reliving trauma, the last thing, like it's hard for like you to just engage with people in general or engage with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when you're talking about like heinous acts that were happening to you, that happened to you way more than once.
That Adea deserved. He said he stopped playing his guitar. He didn't feel truly present when he was with Adea. It was during 2 weeks when Adea was with him because Kehlani was traveling that he was letting her do screen time, which I guess is something that they don't do when they're together, and that he just wasn't as playful as he wanted to be with her when she wanted to play jumping princesses. He says that journal entry was just for him to reflect on having no distractions when he's with her. He says once his case was wrapped up in June of 2024, he immediately went back to sleeping and feeling like he was being present and hands-on. His request, he is also asking for $9,000 in attorney's fees for having to respond to this domestic violence restraining order, and that he already has such limited work availability because he is basically given Adea at a moment's notice. He says that the domestic violence restraining order is filled with misinformation, and he feels it was a part of Kehlani's desire to cut him out of Adea's life so that she could unilaterally decide to keep Adea out of school to go on tour. Also makes it clear that in July of 2024, he asked Kehlani to only have contact with him via email about Adea. Says that even though Kehlani called it good news, just a month later, she filed the request for a restraining order. And here he specifically says, Kehlani has been singularly focused on protecting her image and cutting me out of Adea's life because I no longer serve her every whim.
Boy, God damn. I linked her TikTok in the chat. You have 30K followers, so why aren't you affiliated? What's the reason? Oh God, story time. So listen, bro. I got botted. And when I say I got botted heavily. Okay, heavily. One, I don't really stream on here like that, right? There's every so often. Well, now I'm like actively engaging and I'm like on Twitch actively. You know what I'm saying? With my podcast and everything else. Like I'm doing content on Twitch and then I'm taking it, I'm cutting in the clip, and I'm doing the work. I'm doing the labor. I figure I'm like, okay, I want to be this type of content creator. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to do the work, do the labor. Hey, it is what it is. But one particular day, all right, I got botted. Okay, so a lot of those followers are bots. I'm talking a lot of them. And literally every single last bot was calling me the N-word. N-word this, N-word that, da 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 da, blah, blah, blah. Like I was just getting inundated. It was bad. It was bad. It's 32K. And what I'm hoping is Twitch just gets rid of them itself. So I don't have to do that. So no, I haven't been streaming to a capacity where people would like get actively like involved with me to where like I have enough people watching me at the same time to where I am, getting what I need, which is, the number of people. I just need 3 people to watch me like all the time, and then boom, I'm up. I just need 3, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in a couple environments where I can get like 4 or 5 or whatever, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I'm not tripping, you know what I'm saying? It's just like some dude was just hating, and then this other dude, he was being weird. He's being super, well, the same guy was being super weird. And then the person figured out my cell phone number and was trying to text me and call me and all this other stuff. you should add graphics to your stream, like a logo, banner, and overlay. These are effective, very effective at attracting viewers. Oh yeah. This is because people will find your stream attractive and will pay attention to it. Okay. I can try and get with it. I mean, I have a space for an overlay if I actually got one. So yeah, I'm interested in getting one. I'm interested in getting one. But anyway, y'all listen. That's crazy. Kehlani, you tripping. You're out of pocket. You need help. And you just need to get that man joint custody. Get that man joint custody and walk off. Because if this keeps going, like you already like musically like you can sing, but musically like your career is like falling off. Like, yo, like just get this off you. Get the stink off you, because people already thinking you crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a psychedelic trip and you're gonna, you can just go anyway. Take care of yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. And I'll see y'all later. Let me see. Do I have my yeah, let me get my little outro video. Yeah, let me get my outro video. Anyway, catch you later. Zero, when hopefully you can set this outro video. Okay. Sure. Sure. So if you go with if you hit me up on Homeroom with Smooth, yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you. If you hit me up on Homeroom Smooth, I'll see you. But yeah. Anywho, I'll catch you later. I'm gonna get about. Oh yeah, you follow me quick. Oh shoot, hold on. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.